I really need to put my stuff away. I'm getting pretty lazy, and instead of, putting things in my compartment drawers or shelves, I'm just leaving them in bags and piling them up. Yeah, this is called Lazy Maker. It's a sad day, folks. This was my original Reflow Master breadboard prototype, and it's gonna get pulled apart. I kept it for as long as I could, but I need a breadboard. I need a long one, and I kind of don't need this anymore. But it's still sad. Sad to see it go. Bye, Reflow Master prototype. Okay, I had to share this with everyone. This has been driving me nuts for ages, and I finally worked out what it was. I had an aha moment, but I also had a Sion, you are so stupid moment. So, this is the construction of the current board. I've got a new board that'll be coming, hopefully I'll order it next week. But as you can see, there's two screws holding this together through the front. And so I've had this problem from day one, when I first put this together, that sometimes if I tighten the screws too tight, it wouldn't turn on anymore. So I'm just going to tighten this on, tighten the screws up. Help if I hold the front. Alright, it's nice and tight. And I plug it in. See if I can plug it in without ripping the USB off. And the light comes on, but nothing happens. And I thought, oh, what the hell is going on? Right? Unplug it. If I can. Right, and then, but if I loosen the screws, and I plug it in, it boots up. Let's see if it gets Wi-Fi. It might not get the Wi-Fi. So for the inside the house Wi-Fi. There it goes. You got it. And it's been doing my head in. And then the other thing has been that sometimes I pick it up, and if I squeeze it together too much, right, it resets itself. This has been driving me nuts since the second I put this together. And I finally worked out what it is. And it is the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard of. Have a listen to this. Ready? See if you can hear this. What does that look like it's doing? Does that look like it's resetting? I've been squeezing, let's see if I can get the cable over far enough. I've been squeezing the little reset button inside here that is, I thought it was short enough to not get in the way, but it's not. When I tighten this too far together, so if I do this, it's holding the reset button down. Let go, it's resetting. When I tighten it together and plug the power in, it's holding the reset button down. It won't boot with the reset button down. So, this whole time I thought I had a short somewhere, or I thought, I don't know how, the acrylic was damaging something, or it was doing something. Like, I couldn't work it out. Anyway, it was my own stupidity. It's the reset button. I need to find a shorter reset button, or I need to just remove the reset button. I guess technically I don't need it anymore. It's really only a development thing. That's all it was. Squeezing it together was holding the reset button down, plugging the power in. The power light would come on, but the device wouldn't boot. I am an idiot. There's a really fine line sometimes between genius and idiot, and I keep crossing the idiot line all the time. Anyway, just wanted to share. I thought you might all enjoy that little bit of aha moment. Delivery, big box, from DigiKey. Let's see what's inside it. I know what's inside it, obviously. Big box. Yeah, all their nice paper packaging. Okay. We're going to have to unravel. We have two packages. Warning. This product can expose you to chemicals, including lead. Ooh, that's nice. Well, let's start with this one. Because everyone loves being exposed to chemicals, including lead. It's just a pair of tweezers. I needed some filler in my order from DigiKey to get free shipping. And not a huge amount. But you know what? You can never have enough tweezers. And so I got myself more tweezers. Super fine nose tweezers. There you go. Excellent. Because I'm pretty sure I'll wreck mine eventually, my current ones. But this is the exciting thing. And I did not realise this was going to come on a reel. That's pretty cool. Sorry, not a reel. Tape. These are antennas for revision 4 of my tiny Pico. Let's take one out. Let's use my new tweezers to take one out. So we can see exactly how big it is, because they look massive. It looks massive compared to the tiny Pico size, right? Let's grab a tiny Pico Vision 3. This is a tiny Pico Vision 3. Let's zoom in. Bring it even in focus. Hocus pocus focus. There we go. So that actually looks quite small. Why does that look so small? No, it's the same size. But, okay, it's going to look massive on the Pico. But let's see if I can find a place I can stick it. There you go. Looks pretty massive. It's what I was afraid of. But it is what it is. So now I just need to wait for my revision 4 boards so I can put one together and try it out. Maybe on a stream, you never know. There it is. I have 100 antennas that I may or may not use. Boo-hoo! I have a bunch of dead or not working CP2104 serial UART USB ICs. Now, they're all sealed, as you can see, except for the 3 at the end. I've had 3 bad ones in a row. I'm just not sure I want to keep trying them. I mean, I've already put a dispute in on AliExpress, and I've already got a resolution. They gave me 2/3 of my money back. I'm not sure how they calculated 2/3. It's better than nothing. I wasn't sure I was going to get anything back. I mean, there was 30 of them here. There's a lot of ICs here, and they were cheap. Like, they were too cheap, maybe, clearly. The markings on them look fine. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I used 3 in a row on 2 different boards, and they were duds. And because they're QFN, they're just not easy to put on and take off and put on and take off. Especially on my current revision Tiny Pico. Because if you look how close it is. Reworking that, like hot airing it off and putting a new one on and hot airing off and putting a new one on is just a troublesome thing to do, and I just risk damaging other parts of the board and other components. So there's only so many times you want to try that. So yeah, I feel like I'm in a bind. I don't know if I want to keep trying them. I might try a couple more on my Wi-Fi clocks when I get my PCBs, but it's such a waste because I'm going through quite a few of them. I need a lot of them. But that's what happens when you buy from AliExpress. 3 out of 3, dead. Not worth trying the rest of them. Oh well, bummer. Haha. So, after doing this, and it was quite painful, and before I did this one, I tried doing this one with just normal solid core because I had no wire wrap insulated. So I tried that one, that was a disaster. And then this one, and then, look what I found in a drawer. Move this out of the way. Holy moly. I must have bought these last year sometime. And when I got them, they were the wrong size. But guess what they're the right size for? Yay! So I have a nicer way of doing this now. Not that this worked. That was a nightmare. It didn't fail because of shorts, it just failed. So the ongoing saga of PSRAM on the Tiny Pico is ongoing, but at least I can maybe make my life easier. I got a delivery from Ireland. From Mr. Brian Lough. Graphic tiles. I don't know what that means. But wow. I bought something off Brian from his Tindie store. Can't find my Stanley knife. This is actually something I bought, not something he sent me. Although he sent me two. So Brian has made these, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, Lough. It's a play on his name, because it's Brian Lough. And, oh, they come as kits. I did not know that. Oh, that's great. So these are USB kind of middlemen. They sit in between a Type A here and then a Type A there, and what they do is they block the power going through. So you get data going through but not power. And these are super useful for 3D printers and for things like my laser cutter, which uses a Cohesion 3D controller board which is connected to my computer and is always on. Even when the laser cutter's off and the power switch is off at the actual wall, the screen is on the controller board because it's getting power from USB, even though it doesn't need it, because it's actually powered from the power supply inside the laser cutter. So these are designed to block that. And I've been wanting one of these for ages, and I've been meaning to make one, and I never got around to it, but Brian did. And he sells them on Tindie, and the link is going to be in the description below. And they are pretty cool. So what does it say on the board? Power Block R, because it's the whole lock block thing. Version 1.00 by Brian Lough. I can't read the I can't read the URL. It's little tiny writing. The name only makes sense if you know Lough is pronounced Lock. Okay, so he explains the gag. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Brian. I look forward to putting one of these together and sticking it on my laser cutter and stopping my screen from being on when it doesn't need to be. You know what? I'm so legitimately excited by this that I'm actually going to build it now. And I'm going to connect it now and see if it works. I have no idea, though, which side of the PCB it's supposed to go on. Which way is up? And I brought two of the wrong connectors. Silly me. Okay, try it again. This is male. So male goes on this side, and I assume it goes this way, I hope. Right, so that's female. Wow, what an idiot. Okay, male. I guess, is that the back or the front? Top. Top side. Clever boy, Brian. Clever, clever. Okay, I'm going to do this side first. Okay. Iron is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Not clean though. I think it's time I replace my scouring stuff. It's getting a bit mangy. Mangy. What's the word? I don't know. It's going to take a lot of heat. Don't breathe that flux. Cool. It's one side. It's going to be hot. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, now the female side. Because it's taller, so I did the male one first. And I probably need something to rest it against that's too high. What can I use to rest it against? Oh, maybe that side. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll try that. Okay. See, it's such a small thing, and it looks like such a simple, obvious thing, but it's little things like this that actually improve your quality of life in just subtle ways. A bit more over here. Okay, nice. So there's the adapter. Now we just need to heat shrink. So I'm going to get my heaty shrinky. I assume it's going to be just like this. I need room for the USB to go in on that side. Sorry if that was off camera. and you can wrap nicely here. Let's get the hot air. I'm going to use some tweezies to hold it. Dun 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 dun. Warm up. Here we go. I love doing heat shrink. Well, this is a really big piece. I've never really done a bit of heat shrink this big before. It's doing some curling. Wow. Oh, there it goes. Nice. Oh, get off the iron. Okay. This can be a bit warm. Just going to stick it on that. How exciting. Let's go see if it works. Okay, that's my garage with the light off. And I'm gonna... You see that blue dot? I'm just shaking it around, it's going in a circle. That blue dot. Let's see if I can do this without tripping over. That is the screen on my laser cutter. See? Bit out of focus, but it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can focus it. Maybe, probably too dark. So that is on all the time because of the USB connector. So let's plug it in and see what we get. I have to put the camera down though. Okay, we're back. That's the little red light on my mouse. And look, nothing on. When I say look, you can't see anything because there's nothing on. So let's see if the laser actually works. Okay, I've turned the light on. It's dark in here though. So I'm not going to set up proper lighting just to test this. So need to go all the way under here. It's the power board there. Can't even see it, it's too dark. Anyway, I'll turn it on. You can probably hear that. Let's now see whether this turns on when I turn the laser on. It does. And will it boot up? It boots up. Welcome to Smoothie. Focus. So it's booted up. And then if I turn it off, it turns off. Excellent. Ah, quiet. Thank you, Brian. Thank you very much for making this. There it is. It just sits there like that. And no more blue light on my laser. Wicked. Cheers, Mr. Lough. Hey everyone, look who I found. It's JLC PCB Man. It's Mick from MickMakes.
G'day.
G'day. Cool. We're just out for coffee and having a chat. And yeah.
Yeah, talking about a lot of really cool things.
Yeah, and a lot of crap as well, but that's okay. No, all good things. All good things. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, just a quick preview. Check out Mick's channel. Link in the description. Bye.